Hi there and welcome once again to NaTwishe the podcast. My name is Niza.
And I'm Agnes Bisa, aka Mrs. B, aka the Modena Chim.
Does that confirm her age? No matter what she said.
Oh my god, I said aka.
Oh, that's me.
Oh my god.
Okay, I need
so
that.
Put on Agnes.
That. So she's the modern day of Chimbusa. And geez, last week's episode, thank you so much for really just engaging with us. And we did talk about dating and marriage. That was quite a very vulnerable space for me to be in.
We need to try and tap some, because I think there's some questions that we need to.
But also,
highlight.
It's not really like there is some questions, but also I know that's like your safe zone, like your that's your thing. So, I
know.
But we are looking and focusing on solution-based or solution-focused conversations. So every time we pick up a topic, we just want to pick out a few solutions. And so I think I was helped as far as being in a dating space. I did say I do aspire to be in that in like marriage one day. Mm-hmm. So I felt so guided and very affirmed by the whole conversation. So this week we have a new conversation, but before we get into that, please remember to subscribe. Please. And if you can leave thumbs up, likes, whatever, it allows us to really, it helps us grade our podcast so that we are discovered by a lot more people. So please do that. We also have social media platforms on which we want to hold more conversation with you. So on a random Monday, we can just leave like a question, and we want you to just chip in on that. But we're talking about comparison and social media. Yes, there's comparison, right? Mm-hmm. But there's the aspect of social media which then amplifies.
Oh yeah, like what comparison. You see on social media, then you try to compare with.
I know you like social media, but what's your story there?
My story with social media for me, I'm not like I'm there, not really there, but I do watch, I do see people and whatever. I think it's not as deep because I think I'm still in the safe space of like I'm not in the generation that is like into social media. Mm-hmm. So I do check things on social media, I do engage, but I'm one to even be scared to comment somewhere, but I'm learning.
Oh, you're not that person.
But I'm learning.
Like I have a cringe when maybe say a friend of mine or someone I follow has commented on like these blog posts. Mm-hmm. I'm always like, what time did you find to do that? That's one. And then like, would you say that to my face? Like, would you say that to this person's face if they were sitting next to you? So I really do find it like, So I'm active on social media. Mm-hmm. I've given it up to the end of 2022. Mm-hmm. I plan on leaving Twitter because it's just Twitter, right. Like I'm just like, I think I've seen what I need to see. I'm done with it. But I'm active on Instagram and I'm active on Facebook. I think over time I have a very steady growing community. People who know like, okay, Niza is about counseling, Niza is going to tell you the facts. I'm about inspiration as well. So I've built my circle based on the group of people that are interested in these things. So my experience with social media has been that of just hype, like we're just affirming each other.
Okay, great.
But there's the sad part, I think, which brings us to comparison. So I just want us to look quickly at a definition of comparison. This is a consideration or estimate of the similarity or dissimilarities between two things or people. Social media and comparison. How would you then explain what that topic is about?
Okay, like I said, for me, it's not really something I'm actively on and actively doing, but I've seen it with my younger brothers, I've seen it with my young sisters, and even just the friends around me. It's, even for me, sometimes I'm guilty because I'm not even aware, but I'm doing it.
I know.
Like we've shared this before. I see something on someone's status or they've posted something, then I feel the pressure to or to do something or to make something work. It's a love-hate kind of situation that people are always comparing what they see to try to bring it out in their lives, and they sometimes it's not even the case, because sometimes people are posting what they want you to see, not what the reality is. Everybody knows that level. Everybody knows that people post things they want you to see, but still in that moment you can't help but to compare. Even from the business side of you, I would watch someone's I would watch maybe a competitor or whatever, they post something, the plate is looking some sort of way. I can even tell that, okay, this steaky, therefore
that's not a steak, it's been enhanced.
Even this burger does not look like that. But still at the back of my mind, the pressure will be there. It's on. I'll go back and I'm asking my team, I'm like, I thought to post and I feel okay, I'm gonna post something. So I think like, even sometimes when you don't intend to compare and try to bring what you see social media to your life, you do it unknowingly, because we live so much on the on this. It's either you're viewing this WhatsApp status or Facebook status or Instagram pictures. It's always like this, so it becomes I think for
it's
me,
so
that's
funny, like, you know, when we talk about social media, most of us want to leave out WhatsApp, and I'm just like, do you know how many people I have to mute on my WhatsApp? Like, a lot of you people are muted. Like, I'm muted. I was looking at my, like, in my contacts list, I have like 1,000 people. The people that view my statuses. To what? Like, I cannot afford, and also because I do share like my business numbers for my business WhatsApp, so that's also, I have to navigate that, and also my personal, because there I like to be random, you know, like I'll be talking about my funny business, so with that I have to navigate that. But Facebook, Instagram, then you have your WhatsApp, then you have your TikTok now, you know, then you have
I need to understand how TikTok works.
You don't need to, because you have no use for it. I don't need to. I have no use for it. I don't know if this podcast has use for TikTok.
So, Lipita stage.
Not that Lipita stage. So, for me, you know, I have this thing that I call the rule of 3.
No.
You know what I mean, right? For everything, just 3 people. Just 3 things, just 3 options, 3 links, 3 videos.
So even in social media, it's just 3.
Why can't I just survive off 3 social media
So
platforms?
are you on 3 right now?
So right now it feels like I have Twitter, I have Instagram, I have Facebook. I'm doing away with Twitter, and I think WhatsApp really kind of like, okay, I'm using it for business purposes to get in touch with share random thoughts with my immediate circle, but also the type of comparisons you are likely to make on WhatsApp versus on Facebook and on Instagram.
So different,
wow.
Different.
Wow. So I really like you know how you've explained this. It's really crazy for most. But let's talk about some personal level comparison. Do you ever find yourself scrolling away and then making comparisons? Because I'm gonna put you on the spot. Remember the first episode we did and we're talking about friendships? You saw that friend of yours and that friend of hers go on a trip on social media, and she came to me trying to pressure our relationship.
You know, I did not even think of
that. Was comparison.
And that's what I was saying. Sometimes you see it, you view it, but you don't even know you're comparing. You don't even know you're comparing. I think on a personal level, apart from that one, is the comparison of how some parents go all out with their kids on their birthday, and you know the faith I'm coming from, guys. Jehovah's Witness. It makes me uncomfortable. It pushes me to want to do. I know.
Jeez, who would have ever thought?
Again, it makes me feel like I need to do certain things for my kids. I need to document their birthdays in a certain way. I need to document their holidays in a certain way, of which for me I do not know how to even do that, because I did not grow up in a household that exercised those things. So the pressure is really on. Personally, I think for me that's where I've like I would love to do this, but I honestly don't know how to to go around.
So imagine making a comparison and feeling the pressure to be something, to be someone, to do certain things, and not even knowing how to go about it. I mean, that could cause so much anxiety in someone because it's a new space. It's really a new space. Thank you for sharing that. I think when we talk about, I'm so happy you did. Oh, here we are vulnerable, guys, and safe space, eh?
Because I've always been like, okay, like it's about this, so what the hell? But to be honest,
it's a very subtle
because
thing.
I'm like, I want my kids to find this on the social medias, because for me, social media was just that. Let me post the pictures so that they stay longer, because my phones and my laptops, you can lose it and whatever. So for us, okay, for me, social media was just a way of let me document certain things that I want that stays forever. So now when I think about my kids and having to put that on social media, and then you see what your friends are doing, they've gone for a photo shoot. I have not even had a maternity shoot, and then when I see maternity shoots on these social medias,
I know.
Oh, guys.
No, but also the reason why I'm able to understand you is like, you're talking about birthdays and photography and whatever. That's really not. Leave me out of that. I'm not about that.
For you, what has been the comparison?
For me, so I have two areas. One, I felt the pressure when I travel. You know, I can't document my travels the way other people.
That food bump. What is?
I don't even know what that is.
Like when you have different photos of places
you know what that is, but I've had such pressure. I think since 2019, at least every year, I've gone on vacation once or at least twice, right? But every time I do, I'm just like, I want to live in the moment. You know, I want to eat the food, enjoy the scenery. But at the same time, I'm just like, do I need to capture this and show it? You know, that is like a huge pressure. And there are people that I always look out for, and I'm like, how do they do it? One of my friends, Grace. Grace is the person, because I did travel with her maybe twice. When we did travel, she would do the documenting. She would pile the videos, and she's flawless, easy. So the last trip I took, I think went to Siavonga with two of my girls, and I tried and I put it together, and she was like, you know, and it's like, so I can do it, but do I need to? You know, so that was one. And the other one, so I've been working in the media since I was 14. I mean, I started out as a volunteer, and navigating the space from radio into TV means that people expect. So when it comes to brand development or enhancing your brand, a lot of people will say, your brand, get pictures.
I know.
And do you know the mistake they make? Or one thing that I will fight any human being for is when you mention names. You know?
Something.
Do you know and I do respect them, nothing against these people, but if somebody comes to me and says, Lisa, do you know the level you're supposed to be at? Is that you're supposed to be like at Bonan's level? And I'm just like, please, and I'm to it. You know, are you running to an
and that's why comparisons, like you said, they're very realistic, Sana.
Oh, thank you.
You know what I mean? Because you look at where you are, your environments, what you can do, and what is available to you, and what do you even know?
Preach it.
Like,
yes.
Do I even know how to do a birthday party? You know you're in Ninja. You know what you've done. That. So
I love that. Like, you know, the landscape will be different. The whys or what's anchoring you will also be different. And of course, I brought it down, and like I said, I have nothing against. Now in Zambia, personalities and industry experts are really being found on social media, and it's your videos, it's your posts, it's your studio photography, it's everything. And I just find it to be so much work. So every time I found myself making comparisons, it wasn't by, can I say it's not by choice? It's not like if I'm alone, I'm not going to do that. But it's when Aggie comes to me and says, oh, Niza, have you seen what Lulu Hangala Wood is doing?
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Yeah. And then I'm made to think like, oh, what is she doing? And then you say, you know, you could do that. Like, can't you see where she is? And you also have this and this and this. And So you see
I
where I'm
see.
being made to make a comparison based on the information that you're feeding me, not based on my admiration and appreciation of the person. Because Niza, as an individual, I will look at your life and really admire and really aspire and really be like,
and you know, as you're talking, I'm like, oh my god, if I actually mentioned one time when I compared, I'm like,
you have. Oh, she has. Yeah, she's my friend. I love her.
Like I said, with all love and respect.
There's this useless tag. Like, you know what she's about? Like, with all due respect, and then someone attacks you. She says, with all love and
respect.
Maybe you should try.
Maybe that's where I was coming from.
No, but you have. You have. And I remember our conversation was, babe, I think you need to work on your wardrobe.
But you need to show up.
She doesn't mean it.
No, you do. The earrings are doing it for me.
Thank you.
And the car.
But I think that was our conversation. And do you know how many times I've had to maybe MC an event or be a guest speaker at an event, and I go to number one, Lulu Hangala Wood, and look at what would she wear, or go to Jane Mazimba's page, because Jane Mazimba has this beautiful body, you know. And I'll go to Jane Mazimba and like, Jane Mazimba is going to do like crop tops over ripped jeans. We're really fanning right now. Like, I know, like, we are fanning on them. Yeah, like, and I would have to go through and just be like, what would they do? And remember what you've just said right now, which is what we're going to transition into. It's comparison is not sustainable. Comparison is not realistic because your spaces, your what's the word I'm looking for?
What you've been given, what
you have to work with.
What you have to work with is what the reality is.
The reality.
Your reality is different.
It's never the same. It's never the same. So I think that's just to highlight the depth of my pressure.
See, I didn't even know that I was. Social media is just something I didn't even know I was comparing.
Because also you were trying to guide me, right? You are innocently, and I think this is what's important. Like, our friends don't mean to come to us and spark these comparisons and measures at us, but it's where you're looking at me and I'm just, you probably are thinking like, you know what? She has the potential to be here and there and to be at the level with these people, not to shun or bash anyone. And you don't know how to communicate that, so the best is to say, click. And then for me, my translation is, wait. One of my mentors actually told me that. I remember one of my mentors who gave me the Mtale Mwanza card. Oh, I was upset. Nothing against Mutale. Girl does what she needs to do, and I respect that, right? She does what she needs to do. But there was literally like, do you even understand our personalities? Do you even understand our target audience? Do you? Because we can just say it's money, right? So do whatever. But I'm not about that. I'm not gonna do that. So I feel when I'm made to make comparisons, it's usually a third party telling me, look. Telling me, what about? Telling me, I had one friend move to SA and oh my gosh, I never heard anything else other than, you know, Bonang, you know, Anele. Even Mkitwe. Radio station, Mkitwe broadcasting to Solwezi and Lusaka. What are you talking about?
With all love and respect, I'm sure even the friend who moved to Essay was just trying to say, this is where I see you, and this is what I want for you, this is what I aspire for you. And I feel like comparison in itself, we cannot demonize it and say it is all bad.
Take it there.
Comparison can be good. Comparison can push us to do better, to learn, to aspire to be in certain spaces that we didn't think would actually be, because we've had friends who we started together. Look at K Plus.
Right.
Literally same grassroots. Kitwe.
You started DRFM with K Plus. Well, not start the radio station, but they were the first recruited presenters.
Test transmission.
Yes.
But he took his own path. His way is podcast and whatever, and then like you take a certain whatever, right? And then now we're here. NaTwishe podcast.
Yeah.
So comparisons might
Can I say something?
But-
Can I say something? Listen. So her and I were navigating, like doing a podcast together. We agreed on everything. So K Plus was having a rewind party in Kitwe, and her and I just like, you know, we wash up, let's go support, and we get there, and it's really like a mini reunion, right?
Yes.
So my statement to both K Plus and Marty the Renegade, who is the sound person on, he's a sound engineer for that Z podcast.
Well.
Yeah, he was there as well. And I just go to him like, listen, we're about to start a podcast, and it's gonna be the best on the Copper Belt, and we are coming for that Z podcast.
And he was like, yeah, sure.
I am not taking my words back. I am not taking my words back. Because I think what K Plus is, both of them, I think what they said really, for K Plus was really like, listen, you and Nicoletta really took me through this thought of doing a podcast. Nicoletta is the talkative Aries. She's this pretty little miss who
Chichi.
does, right? Oh my god, Chichi. She does the talkative Aries, and her and I just dived into the audio podcasting. And so K Plus says, you guys are good for it. And I think Martin then said, be consistent. And I really appreciated that, because if we have to make comparisons, I believe it's going to be positive, healthy comparison.
Yes, and that's what I was getting to, because whether we like it or not, there's going to be comparison. What are they trying to do? Okay, so now just because you thought Thingy did this and then now they have a podcast, you think you can also do it? It's a different angle. So I think comparison can also look like, oh wow, I like that for K Plus. How best can I navigate it with my own resources, with who I am, with what is given to me, and how can I work around it? So you can compare. You can compare, but it has to be healthy. It has to be beneficial. It has to be to your terms.
Whatever you do in faith and love. Is that a biblical scripture? Whatever you do in faith and love.
Baby, and it's your Bible in about your scripture. I need to remember.
Quote Niza level period chapter 1 verse 1. Okay, whatever you do in faith and in love, because I could sit down and say, okay, who do I look up to? Who's like, you know, a role model in Zambia, and say, I love and respect Lulu Hangala. Would you have no idea? And it's just beyond the celebrity that everybody else will experience, but it's the person that I've had an encounter with. She is what you see is what you get.
She's the girl.
She's amazing, just like that. And it's okay for me to sit down and it's like, okay, what is it about her that makes her her? Right? How does she do what she does? And just take time to observe a video, a picture, a post. I'm not saying Niza Lulu. You see what I mean? I'm saying Lulu. Love, faith, and just admiration. And say, okay, based on who Niza Level Piri is, I could try and 1, 2, and yes, go to my social medias and see.
They'll speak for themselves.
Like literally, because then they become examples of who to learn from. Go watch that Z podcast, guys. What are they doing? What can we do? Really.
And what can we learn from them?
What can we learn? And that becomes healthier, and it also takes the pressure off you to actually try to be there.
Replicate.
Thank you.
What's
that thing?
Now for my orange. It's amazing.
No, comparison takes you from who you are. Comparison really takes you from who you are and who you're meant to be. I've always liked to say, I would never compete with somebody whose calling I do not know or understand. I only know my calling. I only understand my calling. So the minute I start fighting you, I start comparing, I'm going to try and be you. And I'm denying the world the full experience of Niza level P, because
that is true. And that's why I think for me, I just always pause, just pause, just be me. No comments onto whatever. Because I'd like to be as authentic as I can be. I try. I think I try to check my social media, but I think I try. The comparison is to the minimal. That's why I stay away. I think that's why I hold back, because I think I'm the type who, when I want to do it, I'll throw myself in. So like if I see let's take your birthday, then compare. Like you're saying, I'm the type, if I'm not careful, I'll lose myself. So sometimes I stay away and just hold back and just say, is it sustainable for me, and can I even try it? Because if I try it, I wanna. It might even move from being healthy comparison to being unhealthy, because then I'll start expecting unrealistic things from myself.
Right.
I want to be so you know, so sometimes I just don't even compare. That's why I told you that with social media and comparison, it's not something I've even like dove into. I do it subconsciously ish, like but you told me
it's not always like a conscious logical thing, and it's really like
and like I told you, with my sisters and my younger brothers, I see it the most because they want to dress, they want to drink this water that everybody's drinking, you know what I mean, go to places that because everybody's going to this place, you know what I mean. It's like, do you even like being at that place? Jeez. Or are you just going to that place because you saw so and so be at that place? You know what I mean? So
life is hard, eh?
I don't even hold back, you know what I mean. I remember my brother literally dragging me to come with me to the night market, because night market. Even me, I want to go to the night market.
Right. And what happened when we went to the night market? We are not saying, but we did go.
And he was like, I was expecting the shiny.
We don't want to say what we
thought. That's why the shiny and the shiny. And I was like, that's the thing. It's because you saw and you push yourself out of your comfort zone, what you like, what is natural to you. Because somebody had gone to the night market. And that's what I'm saying. I always try to catch myself to be like, and maybe like you said, my case is I look at someone and I compare with somebody. Because I think my sister even mentioned to say, but do you know that you like saying that if you see Shanshaniko's house, I'd want a house like that for you. And I was like, oh really? But what's wrong with that? You know what I mean? For me, I'm coming from a point of, no, you are from the same age.
Wow.
We should get you an apartment.
Then look at your friends.
I know.
No, I'm not have a name.
Oh, no.
Look at your friends.
I have to catch myself. I'm like, oh my god, I'm becoming that.
Look at your friends who had my friends. Like,
I'm becoming that person who actually says that.
Wait
with this one.
Listen, the next time your parents tell you to look at your friends, tell them to look at their friends who gave birth to that friend.
You're being mean.
When my parents watch this, sorry. Camille and Josiah, I love you, but
that's the thing.
The pressure.
Comparison is just a pitfall. It is.
It really is.
We need to be careful.
So this is December.
I know.
Christmas. So are we doing matching pajamas?
I'm already in character.
Are we doing matching pajamas?
I'm already in character.
You're ready for matching pajamas. Have you done are you doing a Christmas tree?
But that's the thing. And that's what the comparison, like I told you, it's not something I know to do. So I am really pushing myself. So Christmas tree to Adishta. Sorry mom, sorry dad.
Oh my god.
It was
just like a disappointment.
I know. This is not what my parents hoped for. But it's because, and I won't even blame social media, but Christmas tree NaTwishe, it's December and the pressure is on. I think my mother-in-law had asked me, like, have you done the postcards? Like, you know, Christmas photo shoots.
Yeah. I think that's the idea.
Because it's coming in
pajamas.
now. Yes. The past years I've seen people doing matching pajamas and whatever. But now it's transitioning into, like, we see in the West. Because now it's social media, what we see our friends do.
Yeah.
So the whole dressing up Christmas is to create a postcard, create your own Christmas card.
I didn't know that.
And shiny.
I didn't know that.
My mother-in-law made me have a very good relationship with my mother.
Yeah.
She's always like, so what are you doing for Christmas this time? Have you done matching shiny for your Christmas?
So the idea is do your postcards and you send out to I was going to say Mr. I'm single, Niza. So you send out to Niza, you send out to the Piris, you send out to the Bandas.
Yes, that's the idea behind it. I feel.
As we just see them on social
what I've
media.
seen from social media and what I've seen on people,
yeah,
they usually do them as a greeting card, as a family greeting card. So it's more personal. It's not just you buying a Christmas card.
Wow.
From the shops and then sending greetings and.
But you know what that also drives to for me is the fact that when you're making comparisons, you're also likely to do things that you don't even understand. So you're just doing it because you keep seeing it and you're like,
yes, I know.
But you don't even know that
talking
actually.
In it, I don't know. Maybe I also know wrong information. But have you seen the trendy rainbow picnics? Like when someone is wearing blue, they have white, they have yellow, and whatever. Then I'm reading upon it because I'm one to research from my
rabbit holes.
No, like if I do it Christmas and worship and so we get into this like where is this coming from? So in my research in my rabbit hole, and I find someone say it was a pride picnic.
Of course.
And for months on, I did not know that that's what it was coming from. So imagine my sister in faith, my sisters in faith then, suggesting a rainbow picnic. It's because they saw it on social media.
Yeah.
But they did not understand where it was coming from. So the moment I made them aware to say, guys, do you actually understand?
Now that you have the information, do you want to do it?
Then they were like, no. But if none of us actually went ahead and did research to know what it is, they would have done it. It would have been cute. They would have liked it, and it is cute. It is cute. It looks nice. It's amazing.
It's a lot for me.
But people do compare.
Oh, I'll come for the snacks. Just don't make me dress up.
Yeah, they'll do comparisons, like you said, without understanding even the meaning of something, and that's why it becomes dangerous, and that's why it becomes like you need to weigh your options and stuff. So I researched on the rainbow thing, and I was like, no,
not for me.
I would stay away because there are certain things that I like to do, things that are comfortable to me.
Right, but also for me, it's like I want to do things that are within
my means.
I like to break boundaries. I like to be daring, but at the same time, it won't be because I saw cheat day. What about me? And this is just really things that we see on social media. How do you believe we can navigate social media in comparison, because it goes beyond the social setting or the social practices, from picnics to matching pajamas to careers, right? That's why I do have a profile on LinkedIn, but I don't know, somebody so one of our friends, I won't mention him here, but one of our friends just said like, your LinkedIn is not updated. It's stuck in, I think, 2014. And I understood, because it always makes me have experienced the pressure of, I am not in your conversion, what's the word, in your normal career trajectory where entry manager, what I'm literally like, events manager, radio personality, counselor, coach. I'm a generalist, and I want to take my generalist to I won't take it to LinkedIn, because at LinkedIn they'll be like,
no masters yet. Why did you have a master's?
I dropped out of school twice. I'm literally the K+ of this show. Dropped out of uni twice.
Comparison. There we go. I'm the one who went to uni. But anyway.
Oh wow. Wouldn't you be psycho about it?
We don't love her.
She went to uni.
Friend, I guess.
Anyway, what we're talking about. The thing is, with career, I can't navigate the LinkedIn space, right? I'm also a creative, and I'm a freelancer, and I want to do what I want to do when I want to do it, type of human being. But comparisons are also in careers. Like, do you know umunobi after uni aile? Umunobe adile ku skulu. Umunobe moved to South Africa for a job. Your friends are, and that really doesn't work. But what do we do to navigate that? What do you think we can do? Maybe just 2 points on how we can then make sure that we protect ourselves so that we are able to be conscious and navigate the comparison on social media.
I'll give with what helps me. You can view, you can
right.
But for me, I take it to aspire. I'll look, compare, but aspire to what I want to be and get myself to a point. Avoid finding yourself in spaces that make you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And just have a healthy balance.
Right.
Like, what are my circumstances? Can I aspire to be Bonang here, or I can aspire to be Lulu then Bonang then, transition. Yeah. Like, let's compare according to where we are and what our abilities and our environments project for us. And just be healthy about it. There's nothing wrong with you. Okay, their house is really nice. That's posh. That's beautiful. I like that. Let me try to work hard and let me do that. Oh, I like that pajama. Maybe I can get it for myself next time if I work. Be healthy about it. I think that's how best you can navigate it. Like, look to your circumstances.
I like your word use of balance.
Yeah.
I believe in balance. And imagine losing balance. And I feel like a lot of us are likely to lose balance when we are stepping away from our values, from our principles, just because we are trying to be because we're trying to measure by that person. And so I camp on the hill of self-awareness. Me. Nisa level period to a fault, because I will say my values are this doesn't align with my values.
I know.
My principles are these.
Because I can come like, let's do this.
And I'll say no. I'm not gonna do it because, and I'll support you if you choose to do it because perhaps that's what best suits you. And my no means no, my yes means yes. But also, here's another thing that helps me navigate this whole comparison, because it does trickle in. It does visit from time to time. Let's learn to celebrate others.
I know.
Let's please. I've never lost anything by finding another woman or another man doing amazing work in the industry or in a certain area that I might be still trying to navigate my way through, right? Learn to celebrate people means I'm going to learn and I'm going to consider.
Yeah.
I'm not copying and pasting nothing, because who is Nisa level period versus that person? I know what my calling is. I know what my skill sets are. I know what my values are. I know what my principles are. I know what my strengths are. That's what's anchoring me, and not that person and that person. So I love Vusi Tembekwaya. I'm trying to get into the speaking space. I love Vusi Tembekwaya, and whenever I observe him, I cannot be him. I hate his ugly laugh, but I love him.
But you can't.
But I can't be him. No, I love Vusi, guys. My heart for Vusi is just there.
Yeah.
But I can't be him. The way he laughs just like triggers me. But what can I learn from him? Who is he? What does he do? How does he do it? And so let's think about these things. The balance.
The balance, guys.
Celebrate others. Know thyself. Have I forgotten anything?
Of course, there must be something. I'm sure our friends will share with us in any way they would feel like it is easier or how best they can navigate the comparison on social media. Would like to hear from you. Please do share what you feel. Let's NaTwishe about it. Let's talk about it. It's not that deep. We can figure it out. So I've loved this. I've enjoyed it.
We're getting more comfortable. Now I'm laughing like the banda and like when we're just the two of us.
I can't wait to see us at 100th episode, and I'm here for it.
Do you know what I want? I want 1,000 subscribers. I'm sorry. She's like 100 episodes. I'm just like, can we get the numbers first? I
know. I can't
okay,
wait to see
so subscribe. And here's what else you can do. Get the link, send it to your people on their social media platforms. Make sure, please, we beg, make sure that they're also able to subscribe. But we want to meet you in the comment section.
Of course.
We want to meet you on Facebook. Please. We are living.
Yes.
But we are not living for good. We'll be back.
We'll be back again next week, same time, same space. Don't forget to NaTwishe. It's not that deep. We can talk about it.
Bye-bye.
Bye.